Welcome to New Realities with a very exciting new program with some people that are part of the Dakila UFO Institution. And I'm here with Shelley Green, my good friend, and Philippe from the Dakila organization. So why don't you introduce Philippe, Shelley, because you've been down there and you know what this community is about.
I'm the Dakila USA coordinator, and I am honored and pleasure to introduce Felipe Castelo Banca, and he is a political scientist. He's also the director of the CTZ, which is the Ziggurats Technology Center, and it is also a part of the Dakila ecosystem. So please, let's welcome Felipe.
Thank you. Thanks for being here, Philippe. Now, tell us about Dakila, what kind of place, because many people haven't heard about it, but your approach to UFOs and how you got into it and all that exciting news. And of course, we're going to show some photos and videos of ETs and UFOs. So stay tuned, everyone. Yes.
Thank you very much, Alan. Thank you, Shelley. Well, I'm going to start from the beginning. You know, I were always very fascinated with the subject of UFO since I was a little kid. Mm-hmm. I'm originally from Rio de Janeiro, you know, and when I was 13 years old, I was introduced to this lady called Irene Granke. She is considered the most important UFO researcher of all times in Brazil. I think it's a consensus. She knew many people. I studied with her since I was 13 years old. Then I had to go to Europe to study, and I became the European representative of a UFO research association I co-founded with her, called CIGNE, Center for the Investigation on the Nature of UFOs. And I became her representative in Europe. You know, I met many people, many interesting people. And I thought I knew one thing or two about the subject. Then I was on vacation in Rio in 1996, December 1996. And my brother too was there. And he used to live in the United States as a sound engineer, and he was there in Rio, and he said, Philippe, there's a very interesting guy that we got to know about. Please come in and join us. You know, he's going to give his first presentation in Rio. It's very interesting. Since you like the subject, he's going to talk about UFOs, about ET interactions. And I said, fine, okay. I went to join the meeting, and I was amazed, you know, for like couple of hours, he was speaking about all these strange things, you know, this strange, odd information that I was not used to it, you know. And I was like, my God, this guy must be crazy, because what is he talking about? Because I never heard anything like this. But at the end of the gathering, you know, his lecture, he said, now I'm going to show you guys. And then a ball of light appeared on the ceiling, you know, of the room. I was like, what the hell is going on here? What is this? And I was simply amazed. I'd never seen anything like this. We all saw it. You know, we're about 20 people, only 25 people. I was amazed. Then I approached him and I said, what is this? Then he said, since I was very young, I have been in contact with these 49 dimensional races, dimensional extraterrestrial races. And I began this, if you will, task of, you know, talking about them and passing on the information. And they asked me to train at least 1,444 persons to talk to them. But when I say talk, I say physically, verbally, face to face. This is the agreement that he had with these 49 races. And I was like, what is this? I've never heard anything like that.
Wait. Say that again. He had an agreement with the 49 races to get 144,000 humans to talk to them. Is that it?
No. At least 1,444 persons to talk to them. Okay, physically, verbally, and face to face. And I was like, oh my God, what is this happening? Where is this happening? Then he said, okay, we have a place in Mato Grosso do Sul, which is in the center west of Brazil, is a state adjacent to Bolivia and Paraguay. And we have it was not a facility then, it was a forest, you know. If you want, you can join us, we go there, then you can have all the experience and see what I am talking about. And that's what I did. I went there in January 1997, almost 25 years ago. And I was supposed to go for a weekend. I went with my whole family. My father, extremely skeptical guy, a lawyer, important businessman in Rio. And it was like, what is this thing? When we got there, was nothing. We had to, put our tents, because there was absolutely nothing there. But we're supposed to stay a weekend. We spent 10 days there. Amazing what I've seen. I've never seen anything like that.
What did you see in those first?
Okay,
in the first 10 days. Yeah.
The first 10 days. The first thing that we did when I parked my car, I left the pickup truck. We parked the car. It was around 3 p.m. We exited the vehicle, and my father was like, "What is this thing?" We saw this huge disc-shaped flying machine that was flying like this, like a leaf falling. It was like this, but right ahead of us. I was like, "What is this?" And I was like, that was the first minute. The impact was amazing. And then in the subsequent days and nights, my God, we're a group. We're like 50 people, 70 people. We had the most amazing sightings of, craft flying around, different colors, and holographic beings, very, very tall, walking around, but not one or two. I have seen 6 walking together. Mm-hmm. And I was like, what is this? And then he said, they are doing this because nobody believes me. So they are showing themselves. Mm-hmm. Now, those that are interested in pursuing, the training and all this, you're welcome to join. But in the first couple of years, it was not called Dakila then. It was called Project Portal, okay? They used to show themselves because nobody would believe. Also because the content of the information passed around by Urandir was amazing. It was like, what is this? We never heard it.
How would you get the information, and what was the content?
Okay, how at that time used to get through him. But
what's his name again? The founder? What was his name?
Urandir Oliveira.
Okay.
Okay. And then what happens? What happens is he said, okay, I'm not going to pass too much information. The information I'm going to pass to you guys is just the basics so you guys understand what these 49 races want from us. If you agree, you undertake the training, not only the exercise he would pass on, to us, but also training directly with them, using their technology on us, because they are dimensional extraterrestrial races. Their density is a lot subtler than ours. So in order for us to sustain, this physical, verbal, face-to-face conversation with them, you have to undertake a training in order to augment your brain activity, to synchronize your brain channels, to increase your cellular electric charge, and also the jump between the cells, so that we can a little bit accelerate, if you will, our physical body in order to reach a specific band of vibrational frequency that will allow us to sustain this conversation. And then we started like this. And then what happened? Today, because it's so vast, the amount of information, today, it's almost 25 years. We had, thousands and thousands of members, of associates we have an association. Dakila became an association. We already, have, chapters in more than 10 countries, and there are at least 2,000 persons that have talked to these beings face to face, physically, verbally. And the funny thing is this. In the beginning, when we used to started to talk about the information we had, the very interesting information we had, we began to be attacked by certain MUFON directors in Brazil. I'm not going to name names, and then the funny thing is this, the partners, as we call them, because we have a partnership with these guys, they said, listen, you guys are being smeared. You are being, people are really talking bad about you guys. We're going to do something. We're going to take Urandir and we're going to leave marks so that you invite researchers, but good, honest researchers, to come here and to do the research so that it will prove that you guys are having a conversation with us in interaction with intelligences not from here. And this is what happened in 2002. More than 18 years.
Just tell me a little bit about some of the messages, and then we'll get back to the researchers. Like, what kind of information are you getting?
Well, the kind of information we get is that we're in a transition, in a huge cyclical transition. Unfortunately, all governments of the earth are controlled. The information we have, our science, everything is manipulated. It is as if we live in a matrix inside a fake fabricated world that there's no way we can break away. We can, release ourselves from this bondage. It's a hidden bondage. They said that. They told us that there is a group of beings, of extraterrestrial beings, who are not from here, but they are not dimensional beings. They are third dimensional extraterrestrial races. Just same density as ours. They've been running the show completely 100% in the past 14,000 years. That is after Noah's deluge.
Wait. So this negative ET race is controlling the minds of humanity for 14,000 years?
Not the minds. They're controlling everything physically. It's not the minds only.
Okay.
Indirectly, yes, because they have fabricated a fake world and they run everything. And they are known, many people know this group of beings as the Anunnakis, okay? The Anunnakis. But there are many people that say, oh, the Anunnakis, they are reptilian, they come from the fourth dimension, they come from not according to the information we get from the partners. And as I said, our unique relationship with them is this. We get them from their mouths, recording and filming it with 100%.
The ETs are talking to you in Portuguese, let's say? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, in Portuguese. Plain Portuguese. We record everything. Everything's recorded in film.
They're physical ETs talking to you, and
yes.
And maybe you could show some pictures in a bit.
Yes, I can.
What kind of things are they saying to you with their mouths?
They're telling us they direct, more or less, in a nutshell, they are directing Dakila, more or less, because they are passing us information. They made us build an observatory there. We're building a model city there. They made us build step pyramids. As we don't like to use the name pyramid because it implies mystical things. These are quantic machines, and for the training with them and with us. So they are sort of passing on technology. We have several patents already with their technology. We are going to be releasing in the coming months technologies that will make the jaws of people drop. Because
like what? Like what are you talking about? Like what?
I'm talking about, I don't want to be specific now, but I'm going to say energy.
Okay.
Energy.
Let me just ask, so have you been in the presence of these ETs and heard them speak to you?
Hundreds of times. I sat beside them. I talked to them. Many of them.
You can touch their body. What do they look like?
They look like humans, just like us.
Okay.
Just like us.
And
with all colors. All colors.
But all races of humans. But where are these beings from?
They are from worlds, dimensional worlds, from parallel realities. Also because they say that our astronomy is 100% wrong. They say that NASA lies like a crazy, that our reality is completely fabricated, And then
what is the real astronomy then? What is the real location?
Okay, they have in 2010, we had a conversation with them that they passed on to us information, and they said, you have to start making documentaries you have to start making experiments in order to put out to the population so that people can see it, they can repeat it, and they can determine certain things. And 11 years ago, they told us to make a documentary about they told us to make 3 documentaries. We made one, which is called The Convex Earth, the real shape of the Earth. The second one, because of the pandemic, unfortunately, we delayed our experiments. It will be about the sun, the moon, the stars, and the skies. The skies are not what we think they are. And we are making experience. We've been to Iceland, we've been to Chile a couple of times, we've been to South Africa, we've been to many places. And with our first documentary that we made, the Convex Earth documentary, we received medals from the Brazilian military. We received the UN battalion of the Brazilian military. They gave us acknowledging the importance of our experiments. They invited us to the naval base in Antarctica. We've been there, so it's a totally different thing. But now I want to just go back a little bit to this time in 2002, when the partner said, we'll take Urandir, we'll abduct him.
Because or take him. I don't think you're just taken.
Yes, but because abduction implies that you were being taken by someone you don't know. So
and against your will. But he was not taken against his will. He wanted to go.
Not at all. Of course, because, it was not his first time either. He's been many, many times there. And also some of us. Now, what happens? They took him, they left many, many, many evidences, marks, many things. And then in December 2002, I sent a photograph, some footage to Jeff Friends, and he made an interview with us in December 2002. And this attracted the attention of Linda Moulton Howe. She called me up, she said, what is this thing? I've never seen anything like this. You're welcome to come. She came down here. She spent a few days here at the Dakila, then Project Portal. She took the bed sheets, the many, many things, the disc-shaped stones that fell from the sky. She took it back to the States. She did an extensive research. University of Pennsylvania geology. I have a documentary.
What year was that? What year did Linda go down there? Linda Moulton Howe.
She came here in February of 2003.
Okay, I'm going to ask her about that because she's a good friend.
18 years ago.
Okay,
and I have the footage, of a documentary. She sent with all the investigations proving that was alien technology,
But talk about talk about the leader that was taken up on the ship and brought. Where was he brought to when he went up there with the ship?
He was taken to his ship, to one of their ships, and he was taken there, and he spent 3 days there. He returned after these three days, just training, learning more and stuff. Because you see, our approach is totally different. We're not over here to tell nice little stories. You see. The partners want us to effectively, concretely change things. That's the important thing. Change the status quo.
How are we going to change the things? Because I just want to say it's what I tried to do in my book is open people up to these other realities. So, but how are you want to change it? Yes.
The way we want to change is by passing on information, passing on technology, showing people that all this information they get from ETs, that we have to fear them, that they won't invade us. Now you see that your government weekly disclosing about the military filming. This is pathetic. This is a narrative they are creating in order to show the population that we are in control. You're not in control. We are slaves of these Anunnaki races. And these 49 races are here in order to help us concretely to free ourselves from them. How? First, exposing the lies through the information. But not only that, training a group of people. That's why they wanted at least 1,404 people talking to them physically. That's why, because like this, we have much more, many more than 2,000. Why? So that you can have a very large group of people receiving the info and working in this infrastructure we are creating in order to make the changes, you know?
Why
We have
can't
more
they
than
appear
10
other places besides Brazil? Why don't they appear to other people in other countries? Maybe they do, right? But
They did. They did. They appeared in Spain, in France. We did many expeditions because you see, they tell us to. Their motto is seek knowledge. Go and look for it. Go out. Leave your comfort zone. Do the research. And we've been to many, many places with them. They appear there to the group in France, in Spain, in Portugal, in Egypt, everywhere we've been, in the United States, upstate New York, you know, in Argentina, in Paraguay, in many places. So they're telling us.
You have pictures of you and the ETs like sitting together, like me and Shelley or something?
Yes, I have. But you see,
yes,
I can show to you what they authorize because they don't want people to focus in the phenomena itself. Also because, well, the stuff I'm going to show you, nobody has. You know?
Okay, whatever you can show us that's been authorized. But
shall we start?
But yeah, but the focus is on the phenomenon. The focus is on.
No, not there.
What is the focus, you say? What is
the focus? It's not in their phenomena. In the beginning, in the first couple of years, when we started this work, they focused on the phenomena. Why? Because nobody believed.
Right.
Come on, you guys, what you guys are saying, nobody talks about it. I'm talking about the UFO community.
Right.
Because the narratives are really manipulated. And you hear this fresh info about what are ETs, where they come from, what's all about, the difference between the dimensional ETs, the planetary ETs. The planetary ETs are those with third dimensional dense bodies, you know, like the Greys, like the Anunnakis, about all these people. They are not dimensional. They do not interact in higher dimensions, unlike people would say. So their focus was this, in the phenomena. Now, not now, the past 20 years, they are not focused in the phenomena. They are focused in passing on information, passing on technology, building the infrastructure so that people see. You see what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely that we can make a change. We live here in Brazil. We have great differences. There's a lot of people in poverty that do not have anything to eat the day after. They do not have a place to live. They live in poverty, very hard situation. They want to stop that immediately with the technology. And that's why we're building the infrastructure we're building, totally independent. We don't need funds from anybody because they are showing us how to make it. You see what I mean? And the technologies we're going to pass, we already have more than 10 technologies patented.
Well, that's exciting.
They are key ones that are going to make a huge difference because they say these conversations, about ETs, about ET reality, the interactions, if you don't eat, you don't care. You want to eat. That's their main focus now. So they don't really bother. But they're telling us, start spreading the news, start talking to those willing to listen, because we are going to disclose themselves to the world very soon.
So they are going to disclose themselves to the world.
They will disclose. They will.
And what will that do when they disclose them? How will that change everything?
It's going to change everything because, first of all, not only they're going to disclose, but they're going to corroborate the group. And after that, the lies are going to be exposed. The narratives are going to be exposed. People are going to really see, how bad they've been played and lied to. It's crazy, because they want to effectively change things,
But just
Talking,
some people
don't change anything.
Some people are just asking for your website. What is your website? I want to just put it in the chat.
I don't have my website is in Portuguese, but we have the Dakila website also.
Yeah, the Dakila website. Is there a Dakila website? Because I just
there is a Dakila. Okay, let me put in the
chat, and then I will. Because a lot of people on the YouTube chat are just asking they're very excited about what you're saying, and thank you.
They have a YouTube as well.
I have a YouTube channel, but it's in Portuguese. I'm going to have one in English.
I'll just put this onto the chat, but let's see some of the pictures of you and your good friends, the ETs. And also I want to hear more about their message. So, Yeah, let me just put this in the chat as their website there. Okay. Dakila.com.
Oh, wrong. I put
What?
my website as well.
Okay.
I put it wrong. Sorry.
Okay. That's fine. Let's see. And then people can still go down there and visit?
Yes, of course. There's people from all over the world that comes, but we have to be very, very clear about a thing. I'm not talking about, this is not E.T. Disneyland. It's not that. We're already in an advanced stage that we are implementing all these technologies we are built in the city that they told us to do. It's going to be a showcase of their technologies to the world. So, whoever feels touched is welcome to come, but we're not looking for it,
I want to come because I've been researching this for 30 years, and these are beings that I feel connected to. So let's see some of the pictures, if you don't mind. And
okay, I'm going to show, Alan, I'm going to show here so that you see. I'm going to show one of their technologies deployed on us because it's part of our training. This happened in 2004. I'm going to show footage of the technology of the plasma ball technology. It's a ball of light that comes and enters our bodies and explodes. What does it do? It activates, it augments your brain activity, synchronizes your brain channels, and our cells and our DNA starts restoring our DNA in order to permit us to achieve higher vibrational frequencies. Because you see, unlike what people say, when they say, oh, in order to talk to ETs, to the dimension, you have to go and enter meditation and stuff like that. If you do that, you're not going to talk to anyone because meditation lowers your brain activity. You have to activate your brain. It's the opposite. You see what I mean? And
I think I agree with that. I do agree. I think you're onto some great stuff. I also want to introduce you some new organizations in the U.S. that are popping up to bring this information forward. So I'm working with... Yes.
I'm going to share now these videos.
Yes. Videos, pictures, whatever you want.
I'm going to show my plasma, my father's, my sister's, because it's easier.
Okay, whatever you want.
I have it here separate. Wait. Okay. Plasma.
Okay.
Plasma here. Now this is my plasma. This was filmed with a VHS camera, okay?
Okay, VHS. Okay, so let's see. Make it as big. Yeah. Okay, great.
That's me laying down. I'm holding 2 T branches. You see the light comes. It activates you.
Wait.
Again.
So you're laying down. The light is coming right into you.
I'm laying down on the ground. I have goggles because otherwise you would hurt my retina. And I'm holding 2 branches of trees like this, just like a pharaoh, laying down. And this ball light approach from behind me, enters my feet, and goes all the way up to my neck. Okay, it climbs up. You see, and it activates everything. Now I'm going to show again.
Okay, let's see it again. But
this is my head.
Okay, see that. And what did you feel then? That just, wow.
I felt an extreme heat and like a mind reset. I was like really, I couldn't move for almost a minute.
Well, did you do something to make that happen? Did you ask for that?
No, well, that's the thing. That's why I tell you, we have a partnership. Urandir, the president of our institution, Urandir was trained by the partners in order to be able to contact them, talk to them anytime, and to also be the facilitator. Okay, in those times, this is 2004. Okay, so he was the one that would facilitate this. Okay, but it was the partners. This is their technology.
One more thing I'm getting is that people want to know, what is the main message these ET races want to tell us?
The main message will be this: you are living in a lie. We are slaves of an alien race. These Anunnakis, they've been, controlling us for the past, totally 100% for the past 14,000 years. There's no way we can free ourselves from this matrix. They built races, approached us instead.
So how do we free ourselves from these?
They tried to do it in the past. They try to teach us. They're giving us the tools for that.
And the tools are the tech. What are the tools?
Technology, information, and
experiences. You're breaking.
The tools are the technology and the information. They are. Hello.
You broke up a little bit, but
I think if he turns off his video, like
we want to see the pictures though, but
yeah. I think he can't do both.
Let me.
Okay, show us another one. We lost him. Anyway, Shelley, what was your experience? He'll come back. What was your experience down there when you went to visit? Because you were excited about what you heard, right?
I was very excited. I'm not that I'll say gifted, or I'm not that attuned yet to meet with them. So every time that I go there, I am doing tasks so that I can get to that volume, or I can get to that
level. Okay.
Yeah, that level. Mm-hmm.
Oh, Philippe is back. Philippe, unmute yourself. Unmute. He's having a little bit of internet, because I really want to see these pictures. You know, I think it's important that we do see this. I think he's still frozen. How many times have you been down there?
I've been there twice.
Okay. And then what's it like when you go there? Is everybody very friendly, open, loving?
It's like extremely loving, extremely patient with you, because if you don't understand, they sit there and they help you understand everything. You have to walk to different portals to get
there are
activated.
portals on the land?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes. In fact, as soon as you see the sign and you're getting ready to get on the road, I can feel the vibration of the...
you're back. Okay, great.
I'm back.
Thanks. All right, thanks. Yeah. So let's go back to the videos that you were showing us in the pictures.
You have to enable me. I cannot. You have to.
Okay. Oh, yeah, because you're on a new platform. Okay. Sorry. Okay, here we go. I'm making you co-host. Okay, great. I know you're in Brazil, so maybe it's the internet's not what it always is. Okay, here we go. Back to these videos of the aliens and the technology and the. This
is the technology they used on us to train us. This is my sister now here.
Okay.
Same thing, goggles holding the branches of trees, and the light comes in a different way. Why with me came that way? Because they put an implant on me, a crystal implant in my neck. My sister has one in her butt, if you will.
Right.
That's why the light goes there, you see.
But I have to tell you, Philippe, just to be honest, it doesn't look anything more than someone shining a bright light. And that's what it looks like. I'm not saying that's what it is. I'm saying,
well,
yes,
Alan, this video was tested by many experts, and there's no way we can reproduce.
Okay,
I don't know
I'm
if
with you.
I
believe you.
I can send it to you. So
no, it's okay. What else do you have of like ships? Do you have a picture of you and the ETs together?
I have, but I don't have the authorization yet.
Okay.
But what I have here, is this.
Okay, let's see.
Brazilian media came here.
Okay.
They tried to detract us. In 2010, 2 major channels came, said that they were going to debunk us, and they didn't.
Okay.
The reporters had interactions with the partners, talked to the partners. I have videos here of them talking to them. And one of these major channels managed to film one of the partners appearing and dematerializing, teleporting on TV.
Well,
this is incredible.
I am definitely going to visit you. Let's see what you got, because this is very exciting, and I think it's an important step.
No, wait, not this one. This one here.
Okay.
This one here. Okay. You see?
Yes.
You see, this is the logo of the TV. You see how
I
it
see
comes?
the
It looks
logo
like a
of the team.
holographic thing, you know?
Yes.
A holograph. It looks like a hologram. And then
Oh,
it
yeah.
dematerializes. You see?
I saw that. Wait, show that again. That's pretty amazing. It
Look.
just becomes light and dematerializes. Wow.
Exactly that. That's their technology. You see, and a major Brazilian television filmed it, and they did not show it. They were lying to the population.
Is that something dematerializing right there?
It is one of the partners dematerializing.
And and you see this dematerializing from light. Can you stop it at the beginning of the video and just see? I just want to speak when before the dematerialization happens, so we get a picture of visitors. Okay. So this is you took this picture, right? So you're showing this. It's play.
No, I didn't take this. This is the original footage from the Brazilian television camera.
And they never showed this. They never showed.
Of course not. They don't want to disclose.
Okay.
There was another TV channel that came down here. Mm-hmm. 3 reporters were 2 meters from one of the partners talking to them. And the partner told him, I'm going to touch you. I'm going to allow you to. No, don't touch me. Don't touch me. Please, I'm afraid. We're not ready for that. We're not ready for that. Everything on camera. The partners told us they are not going to show the footage. Go with your cameras and film it. And we did. And it was a major thing here because they were lying. We caught them lying. They tried to, manipulate the narrative.
I'm going to go down there with my cameras and expose this to the world if it's the partners want that, and bring it back to the U.S. and get the real footage there. I would love to.
Let me show you. I'm going to show you now.
Yes.
The interaction of one of the partners. He's short, but he's a man. Training us. He's training the group. He's with a group of, we were like, 50 people here in the farm, in our headquarters here. This is a training. I never show this openly, only to the associates.
Okay.
So I'm going to show you so you guys
see. For the first time on New Reality.
For the first time. This is a woman. This is a member of an associate. She's holding a torch. Now, he's going to appear. He's short. He's right here to her left. And he's going to materialize a torch.
Oh, I see them. I see them.
Right here. He's going to materialize a torch now.
See them.
She's talking to him. Now he's going to materialize a torch. Look. He already lit up the torch. He materialized. Look, you see him right here? Short, talking to her, right in front of her. You see, he's right here.
I see him.
You see?
A couple of them.
It's right here. And he's holding he's holding the torch.
Little grays, though.
No, he's not.
They look like humans. They're human.
They're totally human. It's because he has a hat. You see, they usually change clothes, vestments, as they say. They change clothes. They're for a reason, okay? And he's wearing, you see here? Look at him right here.
Yeah.
You see, the woman is
chegar pertinho para filmar melhor?
And he is holding the torch right here.
Só se você deixar.
Ninguém vai sair do lugar não, Bilu.
I think I have one.
Tá.
Oi.
Karina, tá te
The message
chamando.
from those ETs
Demorou,
then.
peraí.
Here in these interactions, let me stop, otherwise.
Just stop for a second. Yeah.
Otherwise, yeah.
Wow.
These are not messages. We have frequent interactions like that with many beings from the 49 races. They are mainly training us to be able to converse with them physically anywhere.
Like what kind of training? Like what training did you go through to converse with them? What was your training?
Well, there are many things that we have to do. There's a specific diet that we eat. You have to eat, very little industrialized stuff or none. We have to eat. Another interesting thing that they tell us that we have to eat red meat. Organic red meat.
I do eat red meat.
Red meat is vital. It detoxes our cells. It helps to accelerate our metabolism. It helps to accelerate our brain activity. It's one of the main foods that we have to eat because they say You guys carry 1/3 of the population of the earth, carry the 49 races genes, but we all carry Anunnaki genes because they fabricated this body, the Anunnakis. And the main staple food of the Anunnakis is red meat from cattle. They brought cattle to the earth. So it's vital.
I believe that. I believe that. But you do need pure diet. You don't want to eat McDonald's, right?
No, never,
No, I'm
never.
kidding. So you have to clean out your body and eat pretty organic, and then you're at a better vibration to meet these beings. So what did these beings then say to you when you were able to communicate with them?
Well, 80% of the time now, for instance, we have various groups. We are divided within our organization. We have various groups. We have the political group, the technology group. You have the social group, the financial group. They are instructing us in these themes, in these topics, so that we can understand and contextualize the sort of information we're receiving, the sort of technology we're receiving. You see what I mean? So it's various types of information. I participate in many of them. So I can more or less have a pretty good idea of what they are saying. And the most important reason for this agreement that we have, that they don't break and we don't, never to have any type of conversation if it's not physical, verbal, and face-to-face, that can be recorded and that can be filmed, so that the information is intact. It cannot be manipulated. If I tell you, I'm going to channel the 49 races, I can say whatever I want. Right. You're not going to know. How are you going to know? How are you going to verify? But when you have 100 persons, 50 persons, 20 persons filming, recording everything, that's totally different. There's no way you can manipulate. That's their main, the number one clause of our contract. Only physical, verbal, face-to-face conversation.
Well, can we hear some of the conversations that it's in Portuguese, but could you translate?
It's in Portuguese. It is in Portuguese.
Could you translate it? Because I want to hear what do they sound like? I mean, if you want, or let's see some more pictures too, because it's really fascinating.
Okay, let me see.
Whatever you think, whatever you want to show us, because I love all this, and this is new. This is the one you just showed us.
Yes, I showed you. Let me see here.
Okay. And you've been living there for what, almost 25 years?
Well, I'm originally from Rio. When I met the president of Dakila, Orange, in 96, I used to live in Europe. I moved back to Rio because of that. And then in 2000, I moved to Campo Grande, which is the capital of the state where our headquarters is. It's like 70 miles away. And so that I could, do more the training, the intense training. Let me show you the photos.
What's the biggest city? What's the biggest city you're near? The biggest airport?
Campo Grande is the capital of Mato Grosso do Sul, is where I live now.
And how far from Rio is that by airplane?
1,000 miles, maybe. It's a 1.5 hour flight from São Paulo,
Okay, you go to São Paulo. Okay.
You see it now. We're looking at the bed sheet with the marks that Urangi left when he was taken in 2002. And this is the thing that Linda was doing. She was doing the research here, you see? You see?
What are we looking at there? It's like a body print, but what are we seeing there?
You see, exactly. It's a body print that the partners left so that it could be proven. We have evidence. Linda took these bed sheets to be analyzed by biophysicist Levin Good in a textile university in Philadelphia. We have all the proof. This is Linda doing research. This is in 2003, February of 2003.
Oh, wait, I want to show it. Wait, I just want to show her that. Yeah, February 2000. Okay, great.
And she took it. You see the thread? Sorry, the thread here. That was the interesting thing.
What was the name of the organization in 2003? It wasn't called Dakila then, was it?
It wasn't called Dakila. It was called Project Portal.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And the partners told us to change the name. You see, this is the bed sheet, the analysis. This is polyester, and this is the vitrified cotton. You cannot do that.
What
This
does that
is
mean?
Linda's.
But is it like heated up
Yes, it was heated up, but we have no technology, even today, to do it. There's no technology. It was analyzed in American laboratories that Linda was confident, that she had confidence in them. She took the material and she had them analyzed. And they came up with this, you see.
Okay, but let's see some more UFO ET pictures. I think this is what really gets people excited. I mean, I love that. I think that's interesting. I'm with you. But
this is us. This is me, a little chubbier, with Linda and Urandir.
That's you?
That's me.
Wow, you really have transformed.
Well, I was scolded a lot by them. Lose weight, Philippe, you gotta lose weight.
Okay, and you did. Did they help you?
Yes, through the training, through the information we have. You see, this is us, so that you see. We received from the UN, the military elite battalion, the commendation, for our documentary, The Convex Earth. This is me, Urandir. This is in São Paulo.
This is the founder there? You're standing with the founder?
I'm with the founder beside me, yes.
What's his name again? Urandir
Oliveira.
Okay, great.
This is me again. You see, and they told us to, for instance, let me show that you see. We have built, this is a 5-year-old photograph, okay? I didn't find a new one.
It's the community in Brazil.
It's not I wouldn't say community. This is a city we have been building, with the instructions from the partners. Here in the center, we're going to build a 63-meter step pyramid. We have a smaller one ready right here, you see.
Oh, nice, beautiful.
And
how
where
many
I stay,
people?
Alan. That's where I stay, next to the pyramid.
You stay in the pyramid, Shelley?
No, I stay next to the.
Oh, I love
it.
How many people live in the city now, Philippe?
Now about 70 people. These pictures are old, 70 people. You see how it is?
Looks beautiful. I'd love to. I think I will visit you for sure.
And this is the foundation. It's much, the construction is a lot, has progressed a lot.
What's the purpose of building the pyramid?
Because there are specific trainings, especially those that fully activates our pineal gland, that can only be done inside a step pyramid. Because the step pyramid, with the instructions of the partners, and also in this step pyramids, there are technology from the partners that they put in the pyramid that generates specific frequencies that can fully activate our pineal glands. That's why the training in the past, in Egypt, for instance, many people say, the initiates were trained in the 3 big pyramids. No, they were trained in Saqqara, in the step pyramid. Right. There, they used the same technology as we have here, because the 49 races were there in Saqqara, and they told us that Saqqara was built 94,000 years ago, and they used this technology then, you see.
I believe it. So are they coming back very soon to the whole world, not just to Dakila? Are they coming to appear to everyone?
Well, they haven't left, They never left. They've been with us for 25 years. They are going to show themselves to everybody soon. Soon they're going to do that. But it's not...
How are they going to do that? How are they going to show up to everyone? What are we going to look for?
Well, there are many scenarios that they gave us.
Okay.
It depends. It depends on the Anunnakis. It depends on them.
Is this a battle in a sense between the Anunnaki and the 49 races?
I would say I wouldn't use the word battle, because technologically, the Anunnakis compared to the 49 races would be us compared to an ant. So there's absolutely no.
Who's the more superior one in this?
The 49 races, they told us, the 49 races told us, because once I asked them, so that we can understand how far ahead are you guys in technology, they said 15 billion years with a B ahead of you guys.
So why are they worried about the Anunnaki then, if they're so far advanced?
They are not at all worried about the Anunnakis. The Anunnakis are worried about them. They are worried about humanity. They are worried about suffering, the oppression that's been going on, especially when the other side that we call the controllers last year initialized the Third World War. What we live in is the Third World War.
Right.
It is
I believe
the
that.
reduction of the population. It's
Well, so
genocide what's happening.
Why don't they do something about this right now?
That's a great question. We've asked them 1,000 times. They say, we have been doing it with you guys for the past 25 years. We cannot shock the population. If we show ourselves at once, all of a sudden, the majority of the population, they've been so much brainwashed to fear ETs, to think ETs are grays, that they're going to abduct them, that they're going to conquer.
That's changing now. That's changing with the government coming. It's changing for lots of people.
In the United States,
In the
not
United
abroad.
States, it's changing because that's why I wrote the book. It's a very positive, uplifting, transformational book about what is possible when we open up our minds to the other levels of reality.
Alan, the most important thing is indeed what you're saying, to open up our minds. But the thing is this, unfortunately, this is a controlled world. We're living inside a matrix. To think we have freedom and to think that people that are in the media, in mainstream media, they're being, partied about and, talked about. You think these people, they're telling the truth? They're trying to empower the population. No,
I agree, but can't these other races come in and show themselves to the world so the truth can be seen? This is my point.
Yes,
right?
They can do that, but they've told us many, many times, if they do it abruptly, like this, all of a sudden, they said that the repercussions will be incredible, because you were saying that people changed. Yes, in the United States, but you guys are not the world. The whole world would freak out because of the brainwashing.
But the world is already in a very drastic conditions.
And it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse before it gets better.
What can these partners do now to help us? You say technology.
It's because, let me tell you, because we are used to think that help from above is going to come. We're going to be saved by enlightened aliens. This is not reality. This world is ours. The 49 races tell us all the time, we are here to help you. We are going to give you the tools so that you guys make the changes. That's why they adopted this strategy of training a large group to put up an association, to put up infrastructure, to introduce technology, so that when the time comes and they show themselves, people will already be acquainted with them through us, through the technology, through the information that we're passing on. So people will connect the 49 with something positive, but concretely, not only words. Words are beautiful, but if you don't have anything to eat the day after, you don't care,
Are you developing free energy systems? Can you tell us that?
Yes, we already have technology that they pass on to us. We have been testing it for the past 15 years, but we didn't have their authorization. But it is very soon is going to disclose this, and it's going to shock the world, okay?
We're waiting for you, Philippe. We're waiting for you and the partners and to come forward. Me and Shelley and the rest of the world are waiting for this to happen. How soon do you think it will happen?
Very soon, very soon. We don't like to give specific dates. They tell us don't give specific dates because there are many probabilities. Because what we do here, what we're doing here now, impacts in the agenda, in the strategy of the other side. So they change all the time. But I can tell you that in a very short time, you're going to see amazing things. Disclosure is going to come. They are gradually disclosing themselves. They are showing themselves in the skies more and more. But unfortunately, people are utilizing this and trying to implement a narrative that has absolutely nothing to do with the phenomenon. That's the bad thing of that. You know,
you mean the narrative that the U.S. government is saying has nothing to do with what's really going on?
absolutely nothing. The U.S. government, as well as all governments of the planet, are slaves of the Anunnakis, are controlled by them. They are not in control. They don't have a say. They just say yes, sir, to them. That's the thing, you know.
So,
and they are meant.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead. Okay.
No, what were you saying? No, I appreciate
I was going to say this also, the narrative of so many people that they say, oh, the secrets, the government secret space program, the government this, they convey the idea that governments are in a partnership with these people. They are not. They are errand boys of these guys. They are water boys, you see?
People want to know, when you say very soon, do you think, is that 1 year, 5 years, 10 years? I mean, how soon?
Alan, I'm going to give the window the partners gave us for us to implement everything. Huh? Okay. Everything will be ready up to 2028. Everything's going to be implemented. The technologies, the city, because this city we're building, it's going to be a showcase of their technology. They told us, you built 30%, we built 70% with our technology in 24 hours. So
did you see that? Did you see that manifest?
Well, we haven't finished the 30%. We're almost there. When we finish the 30%, they will finish with the 70%.
Okay. This is so, if someone wants to go down there, they just check out the website and come visit.
Contact Shelley. She's the U.S. coordinator.
Great. So put your email in there too, Shelley. I'll put it in the chat. But do you know Sexto Paz in Peru? Have you worked with those people?
No, not at all. I met him in the 80s when I was a boy. When he visited Miss Irene Granke, Sexto Paz Wells, yes, I've heard his story. But as I said, we walk our path because of this agreement we have with the partners. You know, we don't speak about other people, but we are firm to say we do not use telepathy, we don't use channeling, nothing of this, because the partners tell us the information conveyed through these ways are very much contaminated.
Well, it could be, distorted. So when you hear the partners, you can record these ET voices. And can we hear some of the voices of these ETs?
I can see if I have here.
And some more pictures. I think people really want pictures.
Okay, a picture. So I have a footage now. Let me share the screen.
Let's see some of your footage.
This was a training we had many, many years ago. Let me see if I find it here. We have several places in Brazil where we train, okay? And let me see. And
the name of the art is Dakila, right?
Yes. Dakila.
I'm just going to put this back in the
chat. This is a training that we had in the time of Project Portal. This was 2013, 8 years ago.
Okay, you can play that.
I'm playing. It's playing. It's introduced. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Now, this ball of light it's in the hands of a partner. He's coming. Okay. He walked between us. We're 200 people in a desert type of place in the south of Brazil, 200, and he walked in the middle of us, carrying this ball of light in his hands. This is called a magnetoid. It's a technology. Look at him. You see how it's like he's floating in the air?
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
It's like he's floating in the air. And the people all around him. We were like 200 persons. We're shocked. He walked right in the middle of us, carrying this magnetoid.
And what does a magnetoid do?
A magnetoid is a technology they have that they use it so that they can manipulate the protons and the electrons that they are suspended in the air. So with that technology, they can put them together and form anything they want. They can materialize anything with that. because it's the agglutination of protons and electrons. You know, they are suspended. They can materialize anything. This
And
is
you've
technology.
seen that. You've seen things materialize.
And
like
oh yes,
that.
oh
Okay.
yes, of course, many things. I was trained also to. It's a part of our training for us to be able to materialize certain things too, smaller things, especially the disc.
What have you
shaped
materialized?
stones
What
that
kind
we
of
carry?
Did you materialize
discs.
stones?
This. You need
You materialize that.
this one. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Not only me, many of us.
Okay.
And these stones, they were, Linda took many of these stones back to the States. And she had them analyzed at the geological department of the University of Pennsylvania. And the findings were awesome.
What kind of findings did they have? What did they
The
show?
findings of Dr. Omar Guma, who was okay, I'm going to show you.
Okay.
the
I'm interested
finding-
in all of this. And
Here.
okay.
Okay,
And also,
this is,
maybe-
sorry.
What? No, it's okay. Why on my Clubhouse one night and talk about this app called Clubhouse?
Yes.
And, but so this is, and we'll do more programs as you get more information, as the time accelerates, as things come in, because a lot of people watch these programs I do, and it's a way to get the information out. So what are we looking at now?
This is Linda with the gentleman that were testing the textiles. I think it was, I don't remember the institution now exactly, but I'm trying to open Dr. Omar Guma. I don't know what happened. He froze my, can you guys see me still?
I see
Oh, no,
you.
now
I see the picture of Linda and
Okay. Now I'm going to show you Dr. Guma, but he froze here. I don't know what's going
okay.
on.
Well, it's the technology. But I
Okay.
appreciate your time and your enthusiasm and your message. I think there's places for the real message that it's time that Dakila opens up and tells us what's really going on. Instead of just saying information, we want to hear what that information is.
Yes.
We're ready. We're ready. Me and Shelley
It's
and
because
everyone else.
you see what I mean. Ala is like this. To put it in a nutshell, it's so much. You know, it's 25 years of information.
I know, but
I
let's
can't.
start. Let's
Like
start
what?
somewhere.
Ask somewhere. Okay.
Okay, I'm asking you, what is it that we are supposed to do as human beings now? What do they want us to
Okay.
do?
Now. Okay.
Okay.
So let's concentrate. Okay.
Okay.
Now, in a nutshell, there are two branches, okay, here on Earth, okay? The population of the Earth is divided into, not divided, but, you know,
Yeah,
there are
it
two
is.
paths.
Yes.
Two paths.
Yes.
One path are those that carry the genes of the 49 races. These are, we call them dimensionals. We call planetary those that do not carry the genes from the 49 races, okay? These are the Adamic genes, all right?
Mhm. Okay.
2/3 of the planet do not carry. They have a different path. It's not better,
Right.
not worse, just different. Now, real evolution, it's not to be born, to live, to die, reincarnate. That's not the real evolution. The real evolution for the planetaries, for the dimensionals, not for the planetaries, is this. You learn, you know, and you transmutate. What is transmutation? Transmutation is when you reach a level, a very high level of brain activity, okay, that will allow your mind to command the MDPL of your body. What is the MDPL of your body? The magnetism, the density, the pressure, and the light. What can you do? You become more light, less matter. This is transmutation. You don't die. You do it
Right.
alive. But our friends, the Anunnakis, 14,000 years ago, they took out two genes. Okay? It's in the Bible, more or less distorted, but
Right.
they took out two genes. With that, they shorten our lifespans. originally, we would live forever. We would not age, we would not die. As a matter of fact, the partners tell us that nowhere people have such short lifespans as you guys do here. You have this because the Anunnakis played with your DNA, okay? In order to shorten your lifespan.
That's for both the people who are the planetaries and the dimensional.
Yes, for both. That's why you live such a short lifespans.
So how do we get the DNA back intact? How do we replace it?
Well, they're introducing technology. We have already a few things that we use in order to start to restore, because it's not a long, but it is a process. With the training, with the lights, they come near us, flashlights, the ships. It's a little bit complicated to explain here how they are doing, but the intention is to restore the DNA to a group of people, so that the others will see, oh my God, look at them, I want that too. You see what I mean? Because they don't like talking, they like to show. So they're trained in a group. That's why these people that have been trained, that were trained to speak to them face to face, was not only to get information, was also to have several interactions with them, so that they would prepare our bodies, in order to transmutate. So there will be examples, because one thing is me talking, another thing is showing.
No, I've been working on everything you're talking about. I've been doing this on my own. It's nice to meet a community of people that are doing their work.
They have done this in the past with the Mayans, with the Egyptians in Saqqara, here in South America. They have done this before, and they are going to do it now again. But the intention is to have I would say, global impact, because they want to train a group of people in order to achieve that, so that others, okay, I want that too. This will be offered to all.
When you're talking, I can see how they distorted our genetic makeup through the miasms. You know what miasms are in homeopathy? You inherit genetic deficiencies and then it's passed on and on. But homeopathy can rework the miasms that can change the DNA. That's one idea.
Well, we have a different information. You see, that's
okay. What's your information that you have? They
tell us this. They tell us this. You guys have no technology on Earth in order to restore the DNA to the original pattern. The original pattern is a totally different thing. You need advanced technology because you were intentionally held down in technology. For instance,
what? No, go ahead. For instance, go ahead. Tell me. Yeah,
I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
In 2004, we had a world-class geneticist. I cannot tell him his name. He doesn't permit. We had a world-class geneticist from the United States. His mother was Brazilian. So he came here for 1 year. The partners wanted to see if they could, rely on him in order to pass on information, to begin fabricating essences, technologies that would begin this work of restoring our DNA. Unfortunately, after 1 year, I took him for the training. I was the one that took him. We had several face-to-face encounters with many different beings, even with beings that they were 12 feet tall, huge. And he was like, oh my God. But then what happened? He came with a different proposition. Oh, I'd like to have this, and that. And the partner said, no, it's not that what we want. Unfortunately, human character has certain limitations. And even though you are face to face with several different beings, not only from here, from a different dimension, you still, have your ego, your vanity. It's surreal. So we had a very bad experience. And the geneticist told us, he was a world-class and top 5 in the world. And he told us, many of these things that you're telling about the genetic thing, that our genes were manipulated, we know this, but we cannot openly say it. How are we going to tell the
Well,
population.
I think it's okay to say it now. A lot of people are saying
yes.
that we're genetically been manipulated on many, many levels. So what can we do? Is the technology available to us yet to change our DNA back to its original?
We are introducing part of the technology. As I was telling you, there is this group that were prepared to talk to them are being trained for that as well, so that we are the examples, We must have examples. We have a few, but it's not yet the time for that. It's going to cause such an impact on humanity, a positive impact.
We're waiting for that. Please don't hold up the progress. We're waiting. It's time.
I know. If it would be for me, this would already have happened, because I'm just a messenger.
No, you're a messenger.
I have to follow what they're telling us.
What is your position at Dakila, actually? What is your...
Well, I would say I'm one of the founders of Project Portal back then with the phone. And I've been involved with so many things. I train in different areas. Now I'm the director, the coordinator of the CTZ, which is the Ziggurats Technology Center, which is the department of Dakila that takes care of the research of the information that the partners are passing on to us. I work with scientists that we have I would say more than 20,000 people that gravitate around us here in Brazil and 700,000 in the world. So we have many people that gravitate.
Okay.
700,000.
To some very progressive U.S. organizations that are trying to come together to bring this message out. The People's Movement. We want to do something in Washington, D.C. next year. Maybe one of their representatives can come up and talk there to our groups. International, not one group, but many groups are now forming coalitions for disclosure and open information. So
well, that would be interesting. I could bargain with the partners so that they would authorize me to show more important things.
Well, can we do a talk in like a week or so? You ask them how much. I wanted them, talk to them, ask them if you could show us more. We're ready for it. My audience, New Realities, is ready for more. Talk to the partners and say, can you do that? I mean, serious.
Yes, I can. No, seriously. But next week, we're going to Paraguay. We have a huge chapter there. After that, when we return, yes.
Yeah, like I'll be in touch with Shelley about that. And Shelley, what's your information so people can contact you as a U.S. representative? And also, when are you coming to the U.S. again?
Me?
Yeah,
well, I've been there last year in LA. I did a series of presentations. 2019, I've been to New York. I did what we call a field activity upstate New York, Putnam County. We had interactions with several ships of the partners that they come to, like throw lights at us. And so, preparing the group for the training here in Brazil and stuff. And, well, depends on our our jail masters,
So it's time for us to be free. It is time.
Yes, it is. It is. Well, now we cannot. Brazilians cannot fly to the States. So
right, I know, but we're changing all that. So
yeah,
we're awakening to these new dimensions, right? You're opening up to new possibilities, and you're
exactly.
And are experiences getting more intense there for you? Or less?
It's hard to say because we have it all the time. For us, you see the experiences we have. And the relationship we have with the partners, it's more than 15 years speaking to them. For me, 25 years in the institution. But in the first years, we did not have the proper brain activity in order to talk to them and understand. In the beginning, would interact with them, but when they would speak, we would hear something like a mumbling, like like this. We wouldn't understand. We had to fine-tune through training in order to understand them in perfect Portuguese. But since I deal with many foreign groups that come, we have Dakila centers in Spain, in France, in Japan, in Portugal, in many, many countries, in the States, in South America, all over. So I've heard the partners speak in many languages. As a matter of fact, once there was this guy from Israel speaking in Hebrew because he thought it was, come on, what is this? And the partner answered in Hebrew. And it's sort of, if you came here to test us, go. We're not here for that. We're here for our work. If you want to test us speaking,
I'm going down there to spread the news and bring it back to my audience and people. And so maybe
we should
I'll
go
find
together.
time next year. I can go down and visit
Alan,
you.
you and I should go together.
Yes, actually, why don't we take a tour, Shelley? Why don't we bring a bunch of people with us? Okay.
That'd be beautiful. Beautiful. Yes.
Actually, people can. I'll put my name in my email in the chat and see who wants
And you
to.
have my email address.
What is your email? Just give it to us now. I'll put it in there.
S
What is it?
Green, S Green, GREENE,
Yes.
1069 at gmail.com.
Okay. Gmail. You are the Dakila representative in
I'm the coordinator for the United States.
So why don't we arrange a tour for everyone listening and anyone who wants to go? And do you have a website too, Shelley?
I do. I have tigerwillowstudio.com. tigerwillowstudio.com at gmail.
Tiger Willow Studio.
Studios.com.
Tigerwillowstudios.com. Okay, I'll put that in there too. But no, people are asking about you in the chat here. So Tiger Willow.
Well, I am very
Studio.
dimensional.
Okay. But anyway, Philippe, this has been very amazing to really share. I've heard about Dakila and I've heard some people talk about it, but you've given the most concise information I've heard. Now, is the founder still around? The guy who...
Yes, he's still around. He's the president of Dakila. And as a matter of fact, he's in Dubai now. we have stuff going on there.
Wait,
He's
where
now
is
in
he?
Dubai. Now
Dubai.
he's in Dubai, yes.
What kind of stuff is he doing in Dubai?
It's going to be a surprise. It has to do with technology. I cannot disclose that,
So
unfortunately.
some of the partners' technology he's bringing to the rich people in Dubai. to see if he can develop it.
Well, it's going to be a showcase for certain things there, you know.
All right, let's do another show in like 2 weeks when you come back and you talk to the partners, see if they can get us some really juicy videos to show, okay?
Yeah.
Seriously, I would like to get, because what you show...
I have. If they authorize, I have many, you know.
Yeah, get them to authorize it, because what you showed us was like, oh, maybe something there, but we want the real stuff. We want to because I believe you. I mean, I don't think someone gets excited about, like you do, about just nothing. So I think...
Well, Alan, yes, I can do it. But, as I was telling you,
yeah,
the purpose of us speaking openly about it is to begin a soft disclosure.
Well, let's
of what's coming. It's happening. The intended disclosure of the controllers, not the real one. Not the real one.
No, I get that. I get it. That's the manipulation of the narrative. But read my book. Did you take a look at my book at all? I try to...
Yes, most of those cases I know. Was an excellent book. Thank you.
Thank you for looking at it. I want to open this whole window up to positive, uplifting energies that will bring in higher dimensions. So
this is important.
Yes.
The people must understand that ET reality is not to be considered something, oh my God, out of this world. As the partners tell us, we are your brothers, but we're just more advanced. We're older. That's it. It's the same thing.
I agree. I'm with you.
You don't have to revere us. You don't have to revere us. You don't have to, oh my God, the enlightened beings are coming. Nothing of this. As a matter of fact, there are many people, they are new, recent associates of, I don't know, a couple of years, 3 years, 4 years, that when they participate in many of the big, we call it the big group chats, when 2, 3, 4, 5 partners come down and talk to us, many of the new ones are amazed by the way we talk to them. Because we're so informal, we talk to them as if we're talking to, I don't know, if we're talking to my brother.
That's how I talk to them.
It's like this, So they're like, oh my God.
Do. But you need to be high energy. You need to activate your kundalini. You need to open your mind. You need to bring the sexual energy up the spine and expand into the higher consciousness. You need that kind of microcosmic orbit training.
Higher brain activity is the key.
Yes.
I say it all the time in my webinars there with the group. It's very boring. The key to talk to the partners of the 49 is high brain activity and the electrical charge of your cells to boost it, and the electrical jump between the cells, so that you can accelerate your vibrational frequency. This is the key. If you're gonna go meditate and slow down,
that's what I've been working on, those higher energies, activations. And so,
Alan, let me ask you a question. Do you live in New York? New York City?
I'm in New York City, yeah.
Okay,
yes.
every Sunday in Central Park, the partners, they beam a light in the perimeter of the Central Park. That's called MDPL, magnetism, density, pressure, and light. Okay. If you go on Sundays from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., you go in there, you jog, ride a bike, sweat your shirt, as you say in Brazil. Do something that will make your heart pump. You will absorb these energies, and it's going to help you to increase your brain activity.
Great. And I'm sure there's some high energy spots around the planet, like Sedona. Have you been to Sedona at all?
I have been to Sedona 10 times, but the problem is that the magnetic grid has moved a little bit. So some of the vortexes that they say are operative, they are operating, but in very low frequencies. Only Bell Rock is still operating in a little bit higher. But, that's very unfortunate. And lately, my friends, I have many friends around there, and they told me that there are a lot of constructions, condos and stuff. So they're interfering.
So what's a good place to go in the U.S. to increase besides Central Park, which is fine? Okay,
well, Central Park, it's a different thing because it's a technology of the partners. It's a beam of light that they're, pointing there. It's part of the training we do of our group in New York. We have this sort of thing going on in Madrid, in Barcelona, in Paris, in here in Paraguay, in Argentina, everywhere we have this.
Is there natural spots on the earth that have magnetic?
No. This is technology. They have a biosatellite. They have a biosatellite that beams this MDPL to the specific places where we have associates training. This is a very important part of our training. And those that they are walking around, even without knowing anything, they're benefiting also,
All right. So okay, great. No, this is good information. Let's do some updates in a week or 2 weeks. And then, because I think you've given us a lot to absorb.
Yeah, I know.
And you have a lot of energy. I can see you have a high frequency. What do you do? What do you do personally to keep your frequency?
Well, I do my training with the partners all the time. We have artifacts, many artifacts that I'll show you here. I have it right here with me.
These are things that materialize for you.
No, these are things. We have a partnership. We have to do a part and they do another. They pass us, they give us the instructions on how to make it, what to use it, and then we give to them and they activate with their frequencies, this artifact. Let me show you here.
Yes, show us.
This is another disc-shaped stone that I materialized. You see here?
It materialized from the part, and let me put that on.
No, I did. I materialized this.
Oh, you materialized it from
where?
The air.
How do we do it? I'll show you.
Yeah, show me.
Yes, in my head. How did I do it? Okay.
Yeah.
This was during a training, that I was activated, by them. So my brain activity reached a peak that I could picture the disc-shaped stone materialize in my head. And what does it do with my very high brain activity at that time? Because it's occasionally that it's part of our training program, if you will. With that, what do? I would have enough energy to put together protons and electrons that they are suspended, in the air and materialize this. Is what the partners do also with the magnetoids. Everything, the materialization is not really materialization. The partners call it precipitation, because the protons and electrons are everywhere. We don't have the technology to manipulate them, but with a very high brain activity, we can beam modulating waves. Now we're going to enter, but with those beaming, those high frequency modulating waves from our brains, we can do that. You know, we can put together the protons and electrons and materialize things like this. Anything, actually. In our case, since we are still learning, we materialize these basic things, but you can do many things. For instance, this is another artifact. This is another artifact we have. Did you materialize that? No, this was made. We made it. The partners told us how to make it. This is my frequency, my wave frequency. This is my unique vibrational frequency signature. This is the graphic expression of my vibrational frequency.
Well, do you notice that in the center of my book, I put that that sign between making and contact. I put that little.
Interesting.
I put that there. Yeah.
And we carry this all the time because with this artifact, it will augment the beam of light that they're using on us. Will be powered up by these artifacts. You know, another one. You see another one I have.
What is that? You make those. You make those too.
We made it and we give to them, and then the yellowish color. It's
they empower it. They give it energy.
No, this yellowish thing. They call it the alchemical gold. It's their gold. Yeah, it's not like ours. It has no value here, but it's from there, and it activates. This activates the artifact, you see, and it's for various purposes. This one is to maintain my brain activity very high. And I have another one, this one here, it's for my pineal gland.
Let's see that. I want that one. I need that.
This is for the pineal gland, you see.
I want that one too.
This is for the pineal gland. And we use it like this, you see. We hold it like this, and we put it here. And when I do it like this artifact connects to my pineal, and I can feel it. It's really strange, you know. I can feel it. It's really, really strange.
I want to bring some of those back for some friends, okay?
But excuse me, Alan. This is for training purposes.
I know.
They are not.
No.
How can I tell you? Not
they're
for
not
sale like this.
No, I'm talking about training. I'm talking about doing the training.
Well, I have to see. It depends on them. You know.
You ask them. I think I've been training for this for a long time. That's right.
I believe so too. You see another one. You see, this is interesting.
Yeah.
This is very interesting. These are artifacts that they told us to have. This has a specific purpose because of the configuration of the artifact. But in 2015, the partner said, you guys don't have your step pyramid, the big one, ready. So we're going to tell you to go to Egypt. You go to Saqqara and you take artifacts like this that are going to introduce to you. I will show you guys how to do it, how to make the artifacts. And each one of us had a codification, an individual vibrational codification. And we took this to Egypt. We were almost 250 people. We went in an expedition to Egypt. And in one of the days, our group received the permission from the government of Egypt. We even had military escorts with us all the time because in 2015, there was a problem with terrorists like this. It was empty, Egypt. It was really crazy. And they allowed us to stay in the night around Saqqara, and we had to bury. This is not the one. This is another one, another artifact, but was an artifact similar to this that we buried around Saqqara. And the partners told us, you make a hole and you put it in there. With our technology, we're going to deepen it 8 meters deep so that people wouldn't steal it. The guards that were watching us wouldn't steal. Why they told us to do that? Because we don't have the big pyramid here ready, the step pyramid ready. We're going to use Saqqara. Putting these artifacts, Saqqara is still on, okay? because what powers the pyramid is the foundation. The foundation is good. It's being operational. The steps are to throw the energy, to send the energy away. You don't need the steps, you know. It's the foundation. So that's why we buried it. And these artifacts connect to the foundation of Saqqara, would power these artifacts, and through the soil of the earth would spread a specific vibrational frequency in order to start preparing the population for what's coming, helping them to, in a way, raise their vibrational frequency, their brain activity in a nice way, so that they will be able to understand all that's happening. This is one of the tools that the partners are using subtly, you know. We don't need to tell people, you know. I'm telling you first time like this openly, but it's something that we did 6 years ago that's already permitting the population to sort of open up, to clear that, because the higher brain activity allows you to have a clear thinking, you know. You understand things.
What's that metal? What kind of metal is it made out of?
It's an alloy.
Okay.
That we don't say, but okay. Again, the gold, the yellowish, is the alchemical gold. Before, this thing was white, okay? Then we give to them, they throw a light and it comes back yellow. It's the alchemical, it's what powers it. If you want, I can show you pictures here of Egypt. Yeah. Of this. It's very interesting.
And then I should go because I have another appointment, but I want you to come back and give us our weekly reports. And we'll bring a group down there, okay, Shelley?
Fine with me. It's exciting. It's very exciting.
How did you find Philippe and those people down there? How'd you?
Well, there was a group from New York that was associated with some other people, and I had so many questions, and they said, "Oh, why don't you come on to this webinar?" And every question I had about the universe, he answered. And because I do have messages, and I do get, let's say, I'll just say this. There's a lot of things that I knew about the universe, but I had no one to converse with to say concretely, yes, it is so. And so that's how I got connected with Dakila and Philippe.
Okay, this
is my artifact with my codification here.
That's your little signature.
That I took to this one. I took to Saqqara. This is my wife and I in Saqqara in Egypt.
Okay.
And this is the group. The whole group were digging in Saqqara in the night and putting in the artifact. And then, not this one. And the partners told us to take photos after we put the artifacts inside, because we were supposed to observe this. Can you see it?
Yeah,
this
it's
is
a kind of
the energy. It's the energy patterns. You see?
Very strange. Very strange.
You see, these are we're supposed to look for these patterns to see if it worked. Okay, it's on. The artifacts are operational. It's working. These are the patterns that we're supposed to have. You see this one here too?
Yeah. Very interesting. Yeah. No, it's something there for sure.
You see, the pattern's totally different of the energy.
Yeah.
Look.
Yeah.
And this is the whole group. We're almost 250 persons there. All of Dakila. This is all Dakila.
Great. No, okay, we're going to Egypt again. No, thank you. Philippe, thank you for your time today. Excellent presentation, but I want to have you back. And Shelley, you keep us up to date for sure. And it's exciting. I mean, there's a lot of
Thank you for having us.
Well, this is what I do. I put out this kind of new information, and I think whoever can benefit from it, you're downloading new information, new higher energies. So we're all coming into a new time together, and
totally new. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome. And you said the magic word, together. Only together.
For humanity. Yes.
Together.
For humanity. What else did you say, Shelley? What was that?
It's all for humanity. We're all one. Yes. None of this, you come from here or there, and so you help you help the person in your neighborhood, then that trickles down to helping the whole world. You start with your own self and you start in your community, and then it gets to be so huge, and you show kindness and love to yourself and kindness to all humanity, because the universe is watching.
Yes, exactly. Thank you, Philippe.
It's the greatest show today.
It is.
Thank you
the
very
greatest
much.
show in the universe.
And I'm coming to visit next year sometime, and
Awesome.
talk to the partners, get more information to share, because we're ready. We're ready for it.
We have plenty of information.
We want to see the
Yeah.
real, we want to see the alien faces and bodies and ships and get the messages.
The world will see it soon, and they will be surprised, and they will be pissed that they've been lied to for so long.
Well, a lot of people already feel that way. So
Yeah.
yes.
Thank you very much.
See you soon. Say hello to everyone there at Dakila for me. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye, Alan.
Online,
Thank you.
Alan Steinfeld for New Realities.